Hello Fretwellers and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft. And in today's episode, I want to kind of get a bunch of little things done around the world here. And I'm going to kind of talk to you about those in a moment. But before we get right into that, I am going to go and repair my shovel in a moment. I just wanted to mention that. And what we're basically going to be doing today is we're going to be working on two projects. And the first one is in the Nether. Kind of the other side of the portal here. It needs a load of work doing to it, basically, because it's a bit of a mess, to be honest with you, and I don't like the way it is on the other side of this portal. We'll go through here and we'll take a look. It looks pretty nasty. Oh boy. There we go. Nope. There's gas everywhere though, which is never good. Here's one, at least. Right before it hit the ground too. That was nice. There's another one somewhere. I think he's up there. So what I would like to do here is kind of tidy up this area and make a proper nether base in order to kind of branch out and collect quartz and do stuff like that generally. And it looks as if there is a lot of quartz left around, and I do want to grab a lot if I can, so that I can obviously start and make up some of the other projects. So having a more long-term nether base will be great, I think. So that's one project we're going to work on. And the other one is going to be the branch mines. So this area I keep tinkering with, and I'm never particularly happy with it off camera. So we're really going to sit down and we're going to kind of clean up the whole branch mine area and kind of finish that off as well today. And with the branch mines, it's going to be a case of pretty much establishing a full base down there, because I'm down in the branch mines quite a bit off camera, but it's not really conducive to getting things done down here. All we have right now is this minecart ride into a very small room. We have some furnaces here and a crafting table, a farm for food, and we have just chests here which are filled with all sorts of stuff, and this is where I keep getting all my potatoes from. So it would be kind of nice to actually have a proper base down here with a sort of a dedicated area for crafting, a bigger smelting station, a proper storage room, maybe a nicer looking farm with some redstone lamps, things like that down here. I mean, this area where the branches are doesn't need changing too much, but it would be nice to kind of have a more permanent solution down here. So that's maybe something we'll also work on. So I'm going to go ahead and repair my shovel, and I'm going to try and figure out what I want to do with the nether next, because I think that that's in a worse shape than the branch mine. So I will be back shortly. Okay, so I've got some supplies together. I've got some stone bricks, I have some cobblestone, and I have some oak wood. And this is a similar style of building that I've done in many worlds, because it's simple, it's functional, and I really like it, honestly. I just, for some reason, really like this type of design. I don't know why or what it is, but there's just something about it, I guess. And I don't want to be doing lots and lots of stuff in this area, so it doesn't have to be really expensive or anything like that. But we're going to be going with this style of design again, that I've used in other bases on other worlds. I don't think I've done it on this world before though, so if you just watch this series, then this will be a new design for you guys. But I imagine most of you have probably seen one of my other series. I've done this in Safe Haven and in Christmas Craft, so I imagine you guys will probably begin to recognize this shortly. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the roof situation yet. And credit where credit's due. This is a design I first saw in use by CoStar, who is a former Minecraft YouTuber. He does live streams now. And talking of which, I actually just before I started recording this video, actually was watching one of his live streams, and I would highly recommend checking them out. They're a lot of fun. So there will be a link down below to his Twitch page. You'll probably see me over there if he's streaming during the day for EU time. Normally he streams later on at night, but if you're in the US, you'll probably catch him. and usually streams with his buddy Avidia as well, who is still a YouTuber, and he's a great guy as well. So lots of entertainment to be had there, guys. Don't miss out on that for sure. Anyway, back on to what we're doing here. Let's see how this works. I'm lagging so much in the Nether for some reason. I'm not sure why. And we want some of these. That'll do for now, I guess. Just to see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to do the same for these walls as well. Over here, I think I'm going to have a window of some sort. Possibly here. I may have some chests or storage. Our exit is going to be in this area, I believe. So let's see here. We're going to need some cobblestone. It's going to look pretty ugly from the outside, so I may dress it up with some netherrack just so that it doesn't look as horrible, to be quite honest with you. So I guess while we're doing this, I can take an opportunity to actually discuss some things with you guys, as we've not really had much of an opportunity to do that, as I've been very busy, and there's been a couple of things I've actually needed to get out that I haven't been able to get out. Hope that gas leaves me alone while I build this. So first and foremost, as I'm sure many of you have seen now, Game Mode Network is out. That is something I've been working on with my friend Mondo, as you guys will have known by now. And that's been a lot of fun, but it has been taking up a lot of my time, which is why there has been less general content being out. I don't know whether there is actually officially less content, in a sense that I'm still putting out one video a day, but it's felt like there has been less content than there normally is. So that's the reason for that. Not looking for an excuse or anything, but that's the reason why on the whole there has been less content than normal. Now, I've got good news and bad news with that, and this kind of ties into what I want to talk about here as well. And this is not specifically related to the stuff I've been doing with Game Mode Network. This relates to a lot of stuff that is going on, because as it stands at the moment, I'm not too happy with my YouTube channel, its layout and stuff like that, and I need to do a lot of behind the scenes work along with, you know, the game mode work behind the scenes and stuff like that. And what I would like to do is spend some time sort of overhauling and rebranding my channel. Now, in order to do that, that's going to require quite a bit of time, and it's going to require a lot of effort. And I didn't want to do this, but it looks as if at the moment I'm going to have to drop down to one video every other day. Now, that does not mean that I'm going to be stopping videos or I'm losing motivation or anything like that. I just need to kind of work on these projects behind the scenes for a little bit so that I can, you know, make things better in the long run. And I'm going to talk about that more in a channel update, kind of discussing the reasons why I think I'm going to end up doing that. And I need to work on my channel quite a bit, so there is that. Obviously working on the game mode projects, and also, let's take that down, perfect amount of chests pretty much. There we go. I'm also working on some new series. I listened to you guys' feedback from a couple of episodes ago when I asked what games would you like to see me play. Got some interesting suggestions, not the ones I was expecting, but that doesn't necessarily mean they were bad. Certainly some things to check out. A lot of them are available on Steam that you guys suggested, so it's pretty easy for me to get access to them there, which is a great thing. Perhaps the one I'm looking at most, and again, nothing is confirmed, obviously yet, because a lot depends on how I feel and after I've kind of played the game a little bit and stuff like that. Probably the one that's looking the most likely is a game that was suggested to me by somebody who goes by the name, I believe you pronounce it Said Rustus. He suggested to me a game, I think it's called Battleship or Starship Commander, and that's available on Steam. It looks quite interesting, something that, it's a style of game I've never really played before, but it looks interesting to me, so I might look into giving that one a go. But again, nothing's official, but aside from that, I haven't really noticed anything that would really jump out at me as I want to play that. And I discussed in the comments of that video why I won't be doing games like Don't Starve and Amnesia, and there's, I think, Slender Man and stuff like that. They aren't the type of games that A, I enjoy, and B, they're not really too appropriate for my channel, to be honest with you. I have sort of like a set of principles, essentially, because the majority of my audience on my YouTube channel are people who are younger. They're younger viewers, probably looking at the ages of, you know, maybe 5 to 16. And there are some adult people there as well, which I don't think those people will be too happy with that type of content either. And I do have a lot of parents who watch me out there, who have their children watch my videos, and the parents like to get involved, which is great. And I don't want to offer content like that to children because it's not appropriate, in my opinion. So based off my viewership, I'm using a bit of common sense here and just not doing those types of games. Now, that's not simply, as I say, because of my audience, but it's also because I don't enjoy those types of games anyway. Games that creep me out, I don't really like. It's not something that's kind of up my street, so to speak. I prefer games that are sort of interesting, progress-based, story-based, stuff like that. And I will be playing some games like that, hopefully on this channel very soon. I won't be playing any games on this channel, though, that are 15 or up. I will probably do everything up to age 12 on this channel. But no more than that, simply, as I say, because of the audience thing. But I will be playing some games that are more mature, but they will probably go on another channel at some point. I'm trying to work out how I really want to deal with this one. I guess that doesn't look terrible, I suppose. There we go. Get me some netherrack here. Fill in some of these holes. I'm gonna get some stained glass, I think, for that. But in here definitely looks better now. I probably would want an iron door in there with some buttons, possibly. That might be something to do. And behind here, I kind of need to rip that out, I think. Oops. There we go. Simply because I just don't want netherrack behind the portal. There we go. Yeah, that's looking better already. We still need to work on the roof here, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that yet. Definitely need some dressing up from the outside, for sure. Let's see. Let's get some netherrack here. How can we kind of hide this a little bit? I guess we could do something a bit like that. Let's fill all of this in. I don't want it to be excessive. Kind of want to restore the natural mountain, to be honest with you, a little bit. Doesn't look too bad. Obviously, we're going to need to do a bit more than just that to make it look a bit better, but I just don't want it to look horrible on the outside, essentially. So I'm going to head back to the overworld here and see if I can pick up some more supplies. I need some glass. It is nighttime. It's always nighttime when I get back from the nether. I'll just take a quick drink there. So that's my discussion with the other games and stuff like that. But things are going well overall. I'm really enjoying myself right now. In general, pretty much. I'm looking forward to continuing on with videos for the foreseeable future. There's lots of exciting prospects going on, obviously, with the Game Mode Network and with other things I've got planned, which you guys will see coming down the line fairly soon. I have some black stained glass left, which is what I was looking for, so that's good. Do I need anything out of here? I don't think so. We'll never turn down some extra stone, as we could use a bit more of that. There we are. Yeah, let's just use up enough. Oh, I'm on 5 now. Now I'm on 7. There we go. I want to use up all the smooth stone to free up some spaces in my inventory here. So this area is going pretty good now. I do want to actually, before I go back, pick up some glowstone and some redstone to make up some lamps. That's one thing I want to do. Glowstone. Where's our redstone? There it is. There we go. Probably not going to need that many lamps, but I've just picked up a bunch of supplies to kind of give me enough to make sure that I know that I have enough, if that makes sense. Probably didn't, to be honest. So yeah. What are you doing, guy? Walking around in my lab, checking it out? That's cool. Should put you in a little pot up there. Alright, so let's put that in. Get some of these stained glass panes going. Ah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem, isn't it? I mean, I guess not. I could just do that. Kind of gets that bit done. Yeah, there we go. You need a slight bit of tweaking. Do I want it like that? No, I don't want it like that. We want it probably connecting like that, if anything. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've got a nice little viewing window in there. Nothing too fancy, but it does the job, and I quite like it. So we're going to roll with that for now. Obviously got some chest space. I did forget the iron I needed for that iron door, but oh well. I won't worry about it too much. So we need to slightly tweak this a little bit here. There we go. And I might get some flowers and stuff in here eventually. Kind of have like a little table or something over here. I don't know if there's anything I want to do with the walls right now. But where do I want to put the lamps? I kind of want to put the lamps in the floor or in the ceiling, but I'm not sure which. The ceiling might look cool, but it would be harder to define points to actually put the lamps. So I think we're going to go with floor for right now, and we'll see how that works out. Got some volume beta music for your enjoyment in the background there. I just wish I wouldn't lag so much in the Nether. I don't know what's causing that. That should be plenty of lamps, I think. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lamps. So let's get that out. I think, yeah, this should give me, yeah, more than enough for 7 lamps. There we go. I've got some wood here so I can make up some levers. There we go. 8 levers. That in there. Yeah, I like that. I like the redstone lamps. They're a nice block. Except when that happens in Netherrack. Because you have to dig down. That's the only disadvantage here. Wish I knew where that ghast was. Speaking of which, could a ghast spawn in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, gas could spawn in here, actually. We're going to have to make sure that that doesn't happen. We don't want to destroy our stuff. Little big zombie. There we go. I do like the Nether song. Really good work by C418 there. Oh, we did have 8 lamps after all. Okay, we'll make another one. I was trying to avoid breaking 2, and I break 2, just no matter what. There we go. And we'll put in the last one there. You know what, that's going to drive me insane seeing that, even though it will despawn eventually. There we go. Alright, so this is what we've got in here so far. So now we need to think about what we want to do with the ceiling. And I guess we can take these down now, as they're not needed. Just got to be mindful of the big zombies. the zombie pigmen, as I like to call them most of the time. So it's really a toss-up between stone bricks and cobblestone at this point as to what we want to do ceiling-wise. I think stone bricks would look nicer, but I'm going to need to cook up some more, so I'll have to finish that off camera, unfortunately. But we can kind of gauge it and see what it looks like. And I want to kind of add in some decoration as well before we probably go work on something else here. So I don't want to just work on this for the whole episode, and we've probably wasted a lot of time, to be honest, on this. I do want to work on the branch mines a little bit today, as I say. Okay, there we go. We'll just knock this out. I also need to do a little bit of re-landscaping outside. I'm not going to need many stone bricks. I didn't realise that that many would fill up that much, but yeah, I like that. I do like stone bricks more than I think I would have liked the cobble in here. So before we head out of the branch mines, I mean the nether area today, I do want to try something out here. It may work, it may not. And I want to kind of leave a spot here for like a flower pot or something, and we'll see how that may work, although looking at it I don't think that this room is tall enough to really make that work. I mean, you could do that, but then it kind of seems too inset for my liking, so I don't know whether we'll go with that or not. I could do something further down like that, maybe. What'd that look like? It'd look better. I like that more. We'll do a couple of those back here and we'll see what they look like. I think I've got some bricks somewhere lying around to make up some flower pots with. And I'll probably bring in a table and chair and stuff like that. And I also need to get an iron door on here just to get that sorted out. But so far I think that this looks a lot better. A lot more cleaner than it was, that's for sure. We've got a proper base now down here in the nether that we can actually use to get things done. So I'm gonna make those little couple of tweaks, guys, and I'll probably be back and we'll take a look at what I will call the finished product. So I will be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I've been working on this for a little bit and I've kind of tweaked a couple of things. I got the roof finished up here and nothing much has changed around the portal, really. I did notice I didn't put in the stone bricks quite correctly, so I flipped the chests around, and we've got room now for all of our nether-based supplies. Nether brick will go in there as well. Crafting table we've got in the same spot. I got an ender chest and put that down. Here's our ladder well, which goes up to the ceiling of the nether. I got the iron door in, so I can get in and out fairly easily. And I added this. I added the flower pots that I was talking about, and they actually look really good in here. So I really like that, and I got some tables and chairs going on in here. Again, it's nothing too fancy, but it's better than what we had. That horrible little cramped up netherrack hovel, which had 2 chests in it, and a crafting table. We actually now have a proper place with some storage. You know, we've got a nice area in here. And we've got a good way in and out of our nether base here. So I would call this, for the moment, project complete, to be honest. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I think now I want to go ahead and work on the branch mines a little bit. And unlike the nether project, I don't know too much about what I want to do down there. I'm thinking of maybe doing something with hardened clay. Kind of similar to what we just did, in a sense that we'll probably use stone bricks, but instead of cobblestone, maybe different types of hardened clay, or something along those lines down here, to kind of mark off different areas. I'm not sure, though, because we're pretty limited on room here. Here's the first branch right there. So we've got room back here, and we've got room this way, and this is our entrance here, so we can't do too much, but I guess the first thing to do would probably be to start and clear out some space and figure out what we want to do from there, I suppose. So I'm going to get on with that for a little bit. I'm going to see if I can come up with something somewhat of a layout here, so I'm going to work on that for a little bit. Okay guys, so I've been working on the layout a little bit here, and I think I've got something in mind now, and that I would probably be happy with. So so far I've kind of mapped out with the stone bricks what areas need to be where. So I think we're going to move the storage room out of there onto this wall. We obviously have the exit on this wall, our branch mines on that wall, and being as the farm is already over here, it makes sense to kind of keep it over there. So I think that that's what we're going to roll with here. So I've got a bunch of clay down here now, so that we can actually try out some different colours. I want to use blue here because blue indicates the sky and going outside, so we're going to add in some blue clay to this area. Although it is more of a darker blue, but that's fine. And this one is branches, and branches you find ore in. And the farm should be green, so the storage room should either be yellow or red. I think you find gold. That's probably one thing that most people think of when mining, so we'll put yellow on that wall. And up here as well. There we are. And this wall is going to be the farm, so that's got to be green, of course. How do I want to do it? Still got to do a lot of chopping out yet before it's complete, quote unquote. So we've got that here, and we're going to have an effect similar to this going on. We're going to kind of make doorways down here. A bit like that, I think. And we have an entrance kind of already in place here, so we can kind of work with that. Knock this out, make it all the same height here. There we go. So there's that. I'm kind of getting some nice funky colours going on in here now. And then there's the storage room. Now the storage room, it would obviously make sense to have an entrance right in the middle, but that would then leave the clay not really visible too much. So I'm thinking maybe putting the storage room on this side, kind of have a 3x3 entrance maybe there perhaps, and then have some stone bricks like that, and then knock this out and put some clay in here. There we are. And I ended up placing these in the wrong spot. There is some branches down here that I don't remember digging, but obviously did. And we will put those in their proper spot. Like that. Yeah, I can see this working. Just need to knock those out. Put those in. Yeah, that's not too bad. We're obviously going to need more stone bricks down here for sure, because I want to kind of finish up this area and make the floor a little bit nicer. I don't know what to do exactly with the floor yet. I'm going to remember that that's there. And that's something I'm going to have to think about, because I don't think I want to use cobblestone again. I could use a flavour of wood, or I could use another type of clay in the floor maybe. But nothing's really struck my fancy with the floor yet, honestly. And as for the ceiling, I think I'm going to make that similar to how we did just a minute ago in the nether area, just stone bricks. But I kind of want to do something with the floor. I may do a pattern with stone bricks and maybe one of the flavors of clay and some glowstone, perhaps. That's definitely something I could look into doing. Just have to mess around with that a little bit, but that's definitely something I could look into. And we still need to kind of plan out the general layout for some of these rooms, particularly the storage room. Like the branch mine is, you know, it is what it is. I don't really need to do anything with that. The farm just needs bringing across a couple of blocks. The exit is finished here, so really it's just the storage room I need to come up with a design for. And obviously the floor and ceiling. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work again a little bit off camera here, guys, and flesh out some more things. Ooh, idea. I'm gonna put some lime stained glass in there. That might work and look pretty cool. I've also got a gap here, haven't I? I do indeed. I could put yellow stained glass in there. I'm gonna have a storage room here, so I could put red stained glass in there. And there is nothing there, so I can't really do anything with the blue stained glass. But I'm liking it in here. Just needs some more blocks, so I'm gonna go and get those and kind of work on it a little bit more, and then I'll be back again. Okay guys, so I thought it would be time for another progress update here on the branch mine redesign. So as you can see, I've now got a pattern in the floor. It's not a pattern of anything in particular, but it just kind of caught my fancy. I decided to play around with connecting corners together, and I came up with this nice glowstone pattern. And I've been mainly working in here, and I've been kind of tweaking the storage area, and we've kind of got this going. We've got some furnaces here to cook things up. Workbench there. Though I'm possibly thinking about relocating the workbench over here, or I may put an ender chest on this wall. And I also want an anvil somewhere around. I may have an ender chest and an anvil in here as well, because obviously put in ores in the ender chest and an anvil to repair tools. It's all useful stuff down here. So all that's left really to do now is get enough stone bricks to do the floor and ceiling, and then probably going to put some redstone lamps in here. I also need to move the chests that are lying around in this storage room over here into the new one. So what do we got in here? That one's empty. That's got a bunch of stuff in it. That's not too bad. This is all the cobblestone I own. That one's empty. That one's nearly empty. So we can pick those up. That one is empty. And that one's close enough to being empty. So we'll pick all this stuff up. We've got 10 chests now. This one is kind of my dump chest for the moment until I can get enough chests together to really start move things here. I think underneath I'm going to continue the stone brick theme that the floor is going to have. I was playing around with red stained clay, but I don't know if I like that too much. So we've got probably going to be cobblestone on the back wall, I would have thought, back here. And if we fill all of this up, then I'll probably look into adding a bulk storage area somewhere. Probably down a ladder, and that'll just be chests like this, kind of all stacked up. But I don't imagine that we'll be filling too much too quickly in the branch mine here, as I keep using cobblestone for various different projects. So I'm not too worried about running out of space for the moment here. So stone bricks, there we go. Put that in there. It's just going to be a case of waiting and getting the stone bricks I need together. I think all 4 of those should be cobblestone, or maybe even 8 we should make cobblestone. Because what are we going to have down here? We're going to have cobblestone, gravel, dirt, ores, smooth stone, stone bricks, and stone brick items, torches, potatoes, coal. I guess coal, though, could fall under ores if I make them into coal blocks. So I'll have to kind of figure out what I want to do where before really settling on that. But I think at bare minimum, probably 8 double chests for cobblestone will be an ideal amount here. So it's going to be a case of just emptying out the chests and moving things around here, and then I'll probably work on the farm a little bit while I'm waiting for the stone here to cook up. So I just thought I would share this progress update with you guys before we move on any further. So I'm going to continue work, and I'll be back soon. Okay guys, so I've been working in the branch mine area here quite a lot more, and things are pretty close to being done here, I think. I mean, we obviously have this area which we saw in the last clip, got the window in there. I worked extensively on the farm area, and this is what we've got. We've got a nice potato crop farm, kind of cleaned up the lighting situation, went with the lime stained clay on the walls. I think that this was already here. I've not done anything through here. I just did fill that up, as it made no sense to have a window into a branch. It's not really that interesting, to be honest, so decided to alter that. And I also haven't changed this at all. But I think we're about at that time, guys, where we wrap up the episode here, as we've been working for quite a while now. I hope that you enjoyed today's projects. They were a bit different, doing the nether area and the branch mine. It was things that needed doing that weren't particularly the most interesting things to do, but I hope that you enjoyed them nonetheless. Next episode is going to be, I believe, our 100th episode. So for the 100th episode, I'm probably going to be wrapping up some more areas in order to release a full world download next episode. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to finish up the other 2 farm stacks and also the ground floor of the lab, and if I can get both of those done next episode, I'll put out a world download and you guys can check it out. And then after that, I think we'll probably begin to work on some other things more redstone-y based in the near future. Kind of a quick off-topic update here. Another snapshot was released after the ramble I had in the other episode about the gold farm, and they reversed the change on zombie pigmen, so we're going to go ahead and build the gold farm. Basically, as soon as I get enough string together, I'm thinking that I may going to have to locate a spider spawner or go after an abandoned mine shaft and try and get some cave spider spawners together to get the string I need for the gold farm, as we're not quite at the amount we need. I think I need around 10 stacks of string, and I only have about 6 stacks, so getting string is going to be a priority as well, so we may go do some exploring in and around the local area here and see if we can track down a mine shaft or a spider spawner so that we can set up a string farm so that we can get what we need for the gold farm, and also the dark room as well. After that is going to need string, so it's not like it's not really a worthwhile build because it's going to be useful in lots of things. So that's kind of an outline of the plans after episode 100. Pretty much it's going to be moving towards getting that spider farm done so that I can build the gold farm and the dark room. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, guys, see you later and have a good day.